Hello. I don't know why this is the topic of the week. It seems like, but so when one goes to church, it's supposed to be about glorifying God, but every person has to glorify God on their own and with God at themselves, right? And include everyone. But then, see, the weird thing about a church is, so the person that is the pastor is glorifying themselves, and the system is supporting them and paying for them at the same time as the entire congregation is there for them, and they're the center of attention. It's all about them. And then they use the book to stand by it, but everybody already has the book and can read it and interpret them for themselves. And so it really ends up that a pastor is really kind of like Lucifer, really. I mean, that position was set up that way on purpose, so that they lead the flock of the innocent lambs in, and it glorifies the person who's running the church. The person who's running the church gets everything for free, and then and has all these people that they can network and use, and it doesn't cost them anything, and then they can be holier than thou, and they can always just refer to the book, and the book they can use it against anyone, and it's a total manipulation tactic. Dang, this one wants to get even real close to me. How you doing, buddy? You're big. And it's kind of, the presidency is kind of the same way. And everybody's sucking up to the person that's actually the one that's holding everybody back. And then that person will just go do what the fuck they want to do. And it's all free. They're immune. And they can network everybody and use everybody against themselves. So I think I do it better than anybody. Because I've been doing it the whole time with everyone, in every state of being, in every state I've lived in, and every day, in every time zone, in every country, in every culture, the entire world over, all the fucking time. While thinking about and working on the world's problems from here. While everybody else that has power is nowhere to be found. And they don't really have anything to say about anything other than their country, which is all about limitation, discrimination, and square thinking. While they use one thing against everyone. And saying that it has to do with God. But God includes everyone. Together and apart. The world over. And all the ancestors and all those to come in the future too. And so how could church be about God if God's indivisible? And then everybody has to divide themselves to go to church at the same time as then you're not even worshiping Jesus, you're worshiping the guy that's standing up there. And Jesus wasn't in the Bible. He didn't make the Bible. The Bible was created way after he was dead, in the way the story is. And all the people in the story got to, they were there. They weren't fucking there for him. Then they got to tell the fucking story. And then they had 1,500 years to put the book together and to use everybody in the whole world and put this spin on this book in order to nail everybody's asses down on some bullshit that caused a magic spell that got us here. And then the church says, oh, well, to study anything else, that's blasphemy. It has to be only this. Because otherwise I can't control you with my magic spell. Oh, and magic, that's bad too. Oh, wait, but God is magic. Right. and we can't include any other books. We can't include any sorts of peoples. And it's all about judgment and discrimination. And that's what religion is. It's about judgment and discrimination. And using everybody against themselves at the Christ consciousness seed that every person has within them. And where is it? It's outside of time. It's outside of understanding. And yet they built the whole world upon it. And so then that way they can use that against everyone as a means of control. because, oh, you're supposed to give reverence. But if you're giving reverence, you're giving reverence to the self, which has to do with everybody, everywhere, all the fucking time. And really, you just stuck there by yourself, too. But then we have open forums where people are supposed to talk about stuff, but every single one of them is like, oh yeah, well I'm a Satanist. Oh yeah, well I'm a Christian. Oh yeah, well I'm a Muslim. Oh yeah, well I'm a libertarian. I'm a this, I'm a that. And then see, all those are fucking pigeonholed. And none of those have the conversation. The conversation is, well, we're going to take, well, on a 360-degree dial, we're going to say, oh, well, I'm Christian. I'm coming in from the fifth degree. Oh, I'm Islam. I'm coming in from the 22nd degree. Oh, yeah, but each one of them's just dancing around a fucking circle, and their ass ain't even there. It's all divided, and God's indivisible. Every single person came back with the same fucking information, but then they balanced it double, so that so the ignorant will always follow the book that was given them, and those that think they're smarter than everybody else will go down the occult path and try to get one over on everyone, and limit themselves all around rather than just only be looking for and only holding on to the truth, which evolves and yet never changes. So if one's a Christian, truly, we'll see that starts with the letter C. It's holding it out of focus. And so that's a limitation. It says you're not really fully about God. And if you're about Jesus, then you're really about the ego. And about using that against everybody. And if you could do that, you'd be doing what I'm doing. And revealing it, being it, at it. And it is what it is. But those that get up there and lie to you, they're the ones that they can just hand around a basket and everybody will give them money. When they got their house, they got the whole fucking church, they got tax free, they got it all for free. And they're just taking everybody to the cleaner. And they'd be like, oh, well, so-and-so needs some help. Well, I'm going to use somebody else or another organization to help you. Because I'm the person holding all the fucking purse straps and I get it all for free. And so I'm a big fucking user, but it's in God's name. But then they'll discriminate anybody for any reason. Or be totally indiscriminatory in a discriminatory way. And not trying to carry on a singular conversation that could all get us all home at where we're at all the time, anywhere we go. And that's the collective consciousness that we're all reaching towards. Oh man. You got one on a log, and then that real big one, they wanted to come all the way up to see me. And one on a log there. So we're going to know each other so well, they just come right up to me. That's one of the biggest ones over here too. And so the same thing comes down to this whole thing about dad and what's missing in the family. If all the dads, it all comes back down to, well, whether dad's racist or not, or whether what dad did, whether he's a drunkard or whether he's a biker or what he is. And if he ain't all things, then he ain't really a dad. He's just a limited being. He's a child trying to put on, his suit of, look, it's cops or robbers, or I'm the Indian, or, this or that. And he's not really encapsulating what it is to be a man fully. And to be about all people and one family. And that's the only structure that really God and church could ever hold down at individual. Otherwise, it's about limitation and discrimination, and it causes the family to degrade. And then the children are always going to kick back. Or if they don't, then they'll get pigeonholed too. And then when society changes in the next 20 to 40 years or whatever, because a generation is 20 years long is the way they have it set, then they'll just flip the script and flip it again and flip it again. And then what seemed like the way it was 20 years ago, where you get arrested and have to serve 20 years in prison for a fucking joint, and now everybody that's fucking in high school smokes pot. and their parents got vapes and their grandparents smoked weed and everything. And 20 years ago, oh my God, you might as well be a murderer because I found a joint in your fucking coat. Now you're a bad person. Now I have a reason to beat you up. Now I have a reason to discriminate. Oh, it's legal. No, that doesn't mean nothing. How hypocritical is that sort of thinking? And almost all laws are based upon that total discrimination out of total bullshit. And it has nothing to do with public safety, as if each person can't have control of their own body. See, suicide's illegal. Oh, if I'm taking a drug, that's illegal. It's on me, and it's on each person that does it. And if anything, then that's the rhetorical question that was never asked. It's behind, hey, Tylenol might be linked to autism. Yeah, so y'all might want to think about shit. Oh, I'm going to take the lesser drug, you know, or I'm a fucking man up and I'm gonna take what I'm going to take, and I'm going to have to solve my own fucking problems. Or I could just take the baby drug and then look, it may be retarded, or I could use that for the rest of my life. I took Tylenol, so now I have an excuse. Now I can get a little funny little hat, and I can go around and everybody has to treat me special because I took Tylenol. Everybody's fucking special. That's for sure. There's nothing to get mad about it. Everybody's a little bit retarded. Straight up. And I say that with all the love in the world. So, when it comes down to leaders, if they don't really represent and support everyone, especially their enemies, but the enemies make themselves the enemies. A real leader doesn't have any enemies. The enemies created themselves. Holy shit, he jumped way the fuck in. 25 feet out, he jumped across the surface of the water. Oh, but, see, so Donald, he's not a real leader. All he does is discriminate people. He discriminates against Mexicans, against immigrants, against liberals. Did I say Democrats? Again, but he's all about the pretty girls. Yeah, especially only if he can pay them and make them so that they can use their daddy complex on him and suck up to pops. He'll say he doesn't drink and he's against that shit, and then he'll hire a headset that's drunk all the time. And see, I'm not a discriminator. I'm a discriminator. Oh, I'm on the side, but I'm not on the side. Oh, but. Rather than just fucking be. See? Oh, why the fuck would Israel be split into two between Jews and Palestinians? But, see, Jews is a religion. It has nothing to do with human being. All people are human beings, but a Jew is a religious group. And somebody can change from being a Jew to not being a Jew in 1 second. What's a Palestinian? Somebody who lives in Palestine. So that's a place of residence. It has nothing to, but most of the people who live in Palestine are Islamic. Yeah, but not all of them. So what is the difference? And see, it's about what side of tracks you're on, or what you believe or not believe. So why would anybody pick any of them fucking beliefs, or pick a place to live if there was going to be a division about it? Unless we could all be together, then it's just stupid. And I think that Israel was created like that on purpose. And it's a state, it ain't even a fucking country. It's a divided state to show the state of everyone's mind between, Gaza and Israel. But Gaza is part of Israel. And Palestine's part of Israel. But we're going to talk about them like they're separate, but they're together. But there's Jews on both sides. And fucking everybody's a fucking Jew when it comes down to the ego. And that's what Hitler wanted to put out there. Or that's what that movement pointed out, and how everybody's got a fucking ego. And that's the fucking Jew that won't listen to reason and knows it all at the same time as doesn't have to know nothing. And just can stand up there and say, oh, well, for the Jewish people, then we will rise, And all the Jews are like, yeah, Heil Hitler. But then the only people who will be in there will be Jews. And then they go home, and then, now you're not Jews? Or you are Jews? Oh, you're a Jew all the time. Okay, well, then you should get that shit branded on your forehead, you know? Like, oh, but that's backwards, right? Why would you get branded? Oh, well, that's what everyone wants. Everyone wants to be branded. Wants to be like, look, I got my starter shirt on. Look, I'm wearing my cross. I'm branded. But I'm hiding it. What does it mean? It doesn't mean nothing. Oh, unless it does. Look at the discrimination, the ridiculousness, and how they profit off of using all this shit against everybody, and everybody wanting to pick up that wand and be like, oh, look, I'm a sunflower. Oh, look, I'm a peony. The mind is allowed, can change, and is all things and no things at once. So why and how could you ever fucking pick? Especially when it comes down to Jesus Christ. Because he's for the world. He ain't for Christians. He ain't for Islam. He ain't for any specific country, any special belief system. And so those are all the hypocrites that are ignorant, that don't understand the meaning of what they're preaching.